Yeah, I think that'll work just fine. Okay. We're not going to stream off of this one. There we go. Now it's got my. It does. As always. Um, was Banished had give you what to do, how to, and what was actually better qualifier building of a build build everything like a little hub in the woods, and it would just continuously make and produce game and berries and was the like very overpowered in a way. Um, Dawn of Man can't do anything. But like we played 11 hours left. Like I liked it, but I didn't really play it that. Didn't stick. I had other things going on. Got something against the store a little bit around. I don't remember, but I just remember. Yeah, the banished place. Like I don't remember. Like wild animal. I don't even remember. Had that. It was wild. There is no telling what they had in there. If I lower this a little bit more, oh, wrong one to try to lower from. Let's go from that one. Now it's more down here. Oh, that looks a little even from back here. Yeah, how about that? That's nice. That's nice. I need to sit. Because it isn't bad, is it? Doing pretty good. Yeah, like it was just very um Spanish was very simple, and once you discovered the mods for it, you can make things very overpowered very easily and never have to worry about anything. It was it was dumb. Um, the like your play style is always different in these games. Like I have a lot of hours in this game. I played it on pacifist for a little while when I was first learning the game, basically. Um, and then I was just like, yeah, no, I still like the peaceful style playthroughs always, but I just will just play it on the Raiders so I can get better animals to hunt. Um, like it was, it's very fun, but your playstyles usually fall into the pretty easy category of like you set up. Year one is obviously housing, woodcutter, building up your unlocks for the first tier. Like you try to get that built up as fast as possible, on depending on the maps. Um, and it's just once you get that, you probably around year 2 or 3, you're gonna build your first field. Like if you're going quick, you build it earlier, but you don't have the population farmers come in. Um, Once you start getting farming going, um, it's pretty manage food to a certain population point. With just farming, just always my favorite. Try to get cattle as quick as possible, and then you realize it's always fucking expensive and never worth it at first because if you can't get the meat from them for till the barn loads up. I mean, because every time like now you can request goods every time, so you could easily request cattle constantly. Um, and probably fill your barn up pretty quick. So that's one you could follow through on, and I might do that here. Who knows? Um, but like your playthrough then is pretty like build up your level two, start going into like upgraded to now you're trying to build up, all of your puppets already from like level one, got your level two kit, and it's just horses, and that's the part that always gets kind of bogged down. Never like not never. I never get like I'll build my resource bases on the tier two stuff, and then run out of population. Like, well, if I don't run out of population, it's great, but then I find that I run low on resources. If I have enough to fill it, I usually find that end up running out of another resource. And usually it turns out to be like suddenly run out of wood. Like start building, have enough wood, build what you're doing, population's there. Then all of a sudden, all your stuff's built, and you're out of these resources. Good stuff is just you've got buildings, manufacturing things like they cost a lot of resources up with a while. Then you can bounce. Then once that flattens out and it's balanced, no major. I usually like to stick in that level for a while, try to build up certain resources, and also have to trying to get um the resources saved up to upgrade tier three. Once you upgrade to tier three, that alone takes a bit of time sometimes. If you don't, you're having to trade for certain um are in however stuff that could got them on pillaging mode coming through constantly like, and they're wrong. That's not that's not a where you've got rampant very few sounds not very started out with very the compound challenges and that can be I don't like to do the game I want to 4 or 5 hours, I want to sit here and play and just have it running and go like have it going, watch a video or two, and just kind of like idly play it, and then be really intense for a bit. Idly sit back and watch a video. Just that's usually how it goes. Um, Same thing kind of goes with Timberborn. Like it's just very simple. But then you get your playthrough, and I haven't played much since they put out the new upgrade. Or I say new, not that one. Yeah, it was new. I haven't played since that came out. I don't think. Yeah, I played, but not very long. Um, and then the one before that, I had played for a bit. Yeah, not a whole lot of hours at like that point. And it was just very like I want to play the new update because I'm waiting for the next one too. Getting so close to being at launch, I'm just really excited for it. Really wish I'd have been recording that all along. I would have started recording that early on and just done the up. Probably have really should starting up probably and do it. Um, like Like, yeah, it added some more buildings. I've played it a little bit and gotten there. Played through it, work through the might do that. Yeah, like if the yeah, I need to play the upgrade. I haven't done a whole lot with it, so I don't know how the strategy goes late game. I don't really, honestly. I usually play the late game and a I either hit a personal um of like 100 years. I'm done with this. Play something, or I hit population threshold. And I'm like, okay, 100 villagers this time. I'm done. Or it's I had only had 1,000 early update. I wrote this down and like, all right, that was my speaker. But yeah, like I wrote down the scene for a bunch of villages as I played through early on, and like I know now that I knew then and I know now it's gonna be different as the updates went. But I know like I wrote down like what was good about them, what was bad about them, what population mark was. I'm a notebook somewhere in the mess of not undone moved. I will definitely. Um, I know I had a couple of minutes. I had like 1,000 population. Most of them kind of wrote down what they were, and fuck, I want to see like I want to write it down. Like I wish I wrote the version of way back. Um, one of them is definitely one of them is. I don't think I have one at 11 point. No, or at 8.0, 11.4. Um, like I know I played during 8.0. I know I played 7. Hell, I think I purchased this game around the time of like it hit early access and I bought it. So I've been playing for a very long time and looking at the hours that I have of it really. So I probably would have bought it around September-ish, late August, early September. I could out. Um, but like playing since forever, so I'm looking at nearly 500 hours. Like a lot, but I forget that I've been playing at this year and a half of play. So that's bad. An hour or a day. It was definitely not played an hour a day time, though. I can tell you that. It was more like, hey, let's play this game for let's play for a couple hours a day, and then it's like, oh, I've been sitting here for nearly an hour. I have nothing to do, and I am focused on this. Found my fix. I found my little hyperfixation for the moment. Let's do it. That's what happened. Or be 4 to 8 hours sometimes. Sometimes be a little bit more. Like I would do play and then for a while. I don't feel it, but when it hits, I want to see what I have. Um, very first, very first one worth. Throw it in there. This is an OG game seed that was really good. That was that game seed will have gotten no. It will be more than like all random numbers have the proper. I will probably at all. Like that's not a bad idea at all, really. Just record and throw on YouTube. This is just the rant. Maybe I should really just adjust around a bit. Like maybe like that. Maybe that's a little bit better. Um, find it. Or like put it. We don't use the whole ass thing here. Page, newspaper, and not. Or, ooh, that's even better. My blank character class sheet. Not fucking important. Aha! So we're gonna go around like this. I'm gonna take it out, obviously. But that should help to catch the audio, even if I'm way back here. Right? Does it still catch it? Yeah. Probably gonna sound. I guarantee all of this sounds like absolute shit. I'm semi sorry for it. It's gonna be echoey as fuck, I bet. Like, I guarantee you. I always check it, but I really don't want to. So, I'm just gonna remove that and put it maybe just do that with it. I don't really want to like catch it directly on there, you know? Maybe in that one spot. That's it. If it stay in. I mean, I could tape it, but I don't have any tape on hand, so I'm trying to make paper stay in my location as a cone, and it won't do what I want it to fucking do. So pinch it off there as well. Yeah, that's still gonna be echoey, not a dampener. Just gonna bounce audio back. So we'll see how this goes. Probably not gonna like it. Probably not gonna do anything with this anyway. See. Yeah. So your playstyle changes. Back to the original topic here. Playstyle changes for each game. What brought this up is Against the Storm. Their new update, obviously. It's designed to basically make updates help you with a more corruption and blight rot heavy playstyle. Which is dope. Like I like that. And I don't intend to play that way, but sometimes it happens because every game is different in that game. In this one, you can't just your playstyle here is very different. You can have a basic one, but it's not going to be like my basic one is always but depend map that I'm playing on changes slightly. Some maps don't have certain resources, um, which makes you kind of adjust everything out each time. You can't like I say you can't X, Y, or Z, and obviously you can. But like the game is not set up around being kind of boring. It's not a boring game for the fact of like every map is different, and it is a victory. There's a point to the map. At first, I was kind of like when I saw it being played, I was like, okay, that would be cool. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like to feel rushed playing a city. I don't like to feel panicked in a peaceful feeling. And I found out that, yeah, sure, you can play this game in a peaceful way. You can never go past a certain point intentionally, just not extend in difficulties if you want to. However, like I took extra time getting through. I didn't always try to, cause the way my playthrough style is like build two woodcutters on different sides of the camp, so you can send out, build houses in the middle, get that resolved, then cut open whatever resource nodes you have in the settlement area, build that if you have it. Um, almost always have that built once you unlock that build. Like yeah, each playstyle is app makes it different, and the fact that you can sit there and take map and play through them in it because other game like Farthest Frontier is great, but usually I'll play a map twice, play a save twice, maybe 3 times. If I have a certain goal to get in my head, like, hey, what if I do this? Then I'll do it. How it works. Play like a third or fourth. Or if I'm really enjoying it, I might do something like that. Don't you because find a certain population. Like your map has a you'll find you can't get enough people. You'll have the food, but you can't get the people. And then you'll have the suddenly we'll have the food, have the people, and then not have food. Just don't have people. I think because like sorry, really, people from going, they will die of starvation. They get sick. It happens when not eat. Usually, you find a point where it's like, okay, so no matter what I do, this map's not going to let me map expand myself out because like for this front, not a timeline. A couple people, but it's not high enough up with the death rate and the work necessary. Never enough come through, and then the big like you know anywhere from had like four, and I've had up to like 20 higher end. I can't remember what it was. It was a very big. It was 20, may have been higher, but those don't come like they're that pack. Some games it's 5 years. That time it game it kind of in Farthest Frontier it kind of just stretches out. Might not see. Then when they you can house an extra 100 or so people, but you can support a larger population. Then next time they say it can be 7, 8, got more, got jobs to fill, and you can't do it. I just kind of give up. Kind of like, all right, cool. I'm gonna because this system kind of sucks. Point in the game, I no longer win this map. Let me. So I'll just like quit the game, come back the next day, and play a new map. Um, and that's kind of like playstyle. There is in Farthest Frontier. It basically. I already went through. Um, Against the Storm, however, where like you don't get into that boringness. You don't really feel it because one game in about an hour. Yeah, I finished one in 30 in like 20, 30. Like, it doesn't take long to finish them if you have a favorable map. Have a very got a map that gets supply chain fast. Get the right cornerstones very early. Get the right, right blue, buy the right thing. Unlock the late event. All of that can be very, very. And other times, you may not get a single thing you need. Like, you may not find any the whole way through. It's just fuck. I can't do this. I can't unlock. I need. I love that. Alrighty. Then there's a story to it. That's kind of like very nice. Unlock as you go, and you kind of learn it through very base lore story. Learn it through to figure a little bit what you're told and kind of what you tells you unlocking for what is it measures it. I rather adds more. Hey, um, like the fact that um, yes, I understand it, and yes, it's a story beat. It also doesn't really make. It doesn't really give you any more story, and it's set in a world full of lore. Like there is so much lore in um in Grim Dawn, and Farthest Frontier supposedly that in the. I'm hoping they will kind of make that more like they'll do more about that when they release the final update. They kind of get into like the thing like, hey, are you gonna try this said before, or is it gonna kind of be all like completely like based in the world but standalone and before the weird shit? There's a lot of weird, dark weird game Grim Hollow. There's different sections. I never see any of that. Um, People talk about it like all the time, and like when you talk to villagers, and they say all kinds of shit about it. Like they're not really a wild for so like I don't know if you like if it's based after or if it's based before. Just but um, yeah, play like this one, like Against the Storm does not get bored. Like the lore's not in your games are kind of can be quick. They can't be too long though. Because, well, you can fail, and honestly, they'll fail. They'll get rewards for failing. They'll get something for failing. but you did put in like you did work for a decent while to get it. Like I've played down to resolve, and it comes down to resolve and luck all the way. That's what that game comes down to. It. Once you build a certain section, um, like once you hit that section, game you unlock everything, and it's just like there can't get the certain resources, can't get tools, can't get X, Y, or Z. Can't find the right building in a glade. You can't get the right blueprints. Aren't falling in your kind of running out of shit. And have like I've had. I don't have the perk that gives me the extra time right now. So I haven't unlocked it. I think it's the next unlock. It from Queen's Patient. Like I've had it come down to like a matter of like literally 15 seconds. Like I was gonna gain one resolve point. I need half point of resolve or of reputation that I needed from an event, but it was like 15 seconds short of the impatience meter maxing it. And that is, but once you hit late game, like, and it's not even super late game. When I say late game, I literally mean it's just like update late, upgrade late. Like you may not even be out of it high level in the fucking like um new like beginner and novice area. You don't even have to go into the veteran levels. Get you're like eight to level 18, 19. That's pretty close to maxing. Um like every map, like and the other thing that's cool about this game, aside from just every single map you play is different, strategy's almost always different. I have to based on reason is on how lucky you go, five to six settlements out of a map before White Storm hits. Completely resets them. It also resets world events, world locations, different buffers and bonuses. Like game is constantly changing. You have to constantly now. Air drive. Air drive. A leaf. I can hear it in the ground. Air touch and ground. It had to do with leaf. Um, What the fuck's about to happen? I didn't know. Because I don't think I caught that at all. It caught me talking about it. I have an earbud in, so it's like I can hear better. But game constantly changes. Constantly. Now, game that I have not played a lot of since the release of. I should probably check into this. Um, I did check out the bundles earlier. I did put them together, sort of, and I was kind of like thinking, but this game I have not played much of since update. When update 5, I have not played much since Bad Water. However, that game that you did on there, I played it. I don't. I played just to chill out and play. Fucking, I want beaver fucker. Let me play my cool no map beavers. I want a city builder, but with beavers. It's adorable. Like that's the cutest thing in the world, man. It's just beaver building cities, and the lore around it is like post. That's dope. That's cool. And like strategy there is also similar. Early game at the very least. Like everyone's strategy is gonna be slightly different, but you do what you're gonna do. You're gonna rush like three things. You're gonna build your woodcutter. You're gonna build your you're gonna build your woodcutter hut, your little woodcutter posts. You're gonna build. You're gonna get your trees up, all that shit. You're gonna build. Probably gonna have a forager shack on the nearby berries for whatever you need. Cause like it's an early food source, and you need them for iron tail reproduction, and certain late game things they help out with. Um, but like then you're gonna go ahead and try to get power, power, water wheel, um, sawmill, planks. That's your primary building material, and once you hit that point, usually trying to upgrade science, build a science building, and rushing, or what I rush for is forester. Get enough science, get that's the first thing the foresters start replenishing trees. Don't run out. Once you run the fuck out, you won't have enough time to do anything. Um, everything's. But once once you get that, then your that next thing I forget. But also, when you build the sign, you also build a farm setup. You're getting a pretty much the area strategy. Building what? Woodcutter, forager, um, farm, science, housing, obvious. Um, power, the things that go with power, such as sawmill. As you upgrade, there's a lot that goes very complex compared to other early on. buy in Farthest Frontier is coal, firewood, and it's only being homes and in other locations like your forge. Like sometimes your forges, your burners, that stuff. And it's not like you don't plan out a power grid. Um, One of the reasons why I don't really like Frostpunk. I I mean I like Frostpunk. Don't get me wrong, it's a fun game, but I also don't like it because it's the reason I don't like it is was very rushed. Had to rush that. It was very. I enjoyed it. Like it was a storyline thing. I probably want to. I kind of want to read. Honest, I kind of really want to read. I know that I haven't played. Like, obviously, the second one's for long. Yeah, I've only got 10 hours in it. I didn't really. I didn't. Just didn't. It didn't strike me as. Oh, I mean, it was a great game. There's a lot to it, but I was not about it for the exact reason. There was like now that I've played, again, Storm and I like it, and I've been playing other games that kind of increase the challenge level for me anyway. I may play it like how I see if I really want to play. But there's so much to that game, and like you're in a scenario I've never got into it because like I never it didn't like I didn't enjoy it at the time. Now, however, 4 years later, not in the middle of winter and COVID, that's the other reason I didn't like it. I literally bought it in December and played it in December. A freezing cold, barren wasteland game in the coldest part of my year, being in Alabama, in the South, is straight up February. Like pressing, and it's just like I think certain like a sensory thing for me. I don't understand it. Like certain games, like if I play them, like I can kind of like, and it's usually the winter game, replaced in the cold. I can just kind of slowly set myself into being cold or feeling colder from the game. I can do it in and in TV, not so much TV shows because it's short, but in a movie, in a good movie, like kind of get. And when it's like, it's gotta be a long movie, a longer form, like, and you honestly not say like like a little bit in movies, I should say. Like it's certain ones like based in the usually because you watch them in a hits you. Really dog. Really. Um, like I should like it. Getting into the warmer months, won't just patient being freezing and depressed, playing in winter, and it's also been through a billion updates last 4 or 3 years, really. Yeah. Um, back to so you have to get your power up here. It comes from the river. Like now that bad water is there, I think there's a way to use bad water. I know there's several ways, but introduced to use. Like I think there's also like a risk reward to using resources powered by it. Like I don't know if you can that like I don't know if it can per se power resources to power buildings, but if it can, that's pretty good. That's a good thing. Like I know the power is not going to be affecting things, but like the building itself might be affected. I can't remember what they said. Um, but yeah, it's very that's like the original challenge is droughts. They get they increase a lot. Like they get very they will get very intense. Like play them on different intensity levels. I don't obviously, but play it differently. Playstyle's also kind of power's a pain in the ass because you'll quickly again you'll use up resources, and they just introduced in the new update um, the ability to track where resources are going, and great update. That's gonna help out a lot with like where are all my planks going? Where are all sometimes it's like where's X, Y, and Z? Like where's it going? Where's it being used by? Why am I out of it? Like if you have your storage set properly, you find out you're running out of stuff somewhere along, and there's no way to like limit that building. Now you can actually find out and limit the buildings. Um, but yeah, I haven't played much since like maps, I think, but it's very much just like a fairly chill city. Like once you start unlocking, I'll play a map on there 3 or 4 or 5 times. I'll play a map for a while. Um, fun. It's peaceful. I can just kind of sit, chill, and do other things. Then I have the challenge of oh shit, there's a drought, and now I have no now my food being messed up this season. I don't have my dams built yet. That's what gets you early game. Is once you unlock, like you can levy everything. Build levies, I think immediately. I think its levies might be just like might be the dam itself, like the half dam where it hold it point like I remember which one it is you can build first. Um, it might be the I think no, it is the half dam, but it's like 20 wood per. So you kind of have to balance out. Do you go for those immediately with the limited wood you have, or you gonna have to wait? Like you're gonna have like 2 or 3 seasons where you don't have food at a certain point if you're not lucky enough to have something stored up. You're like, oh shit, my farms are not producing. I have no water. Everything's dying, drying out, and great. It's a great challenge level. No matter what map you're playing on, it's a great little interruption for a while. Even like, and the best part is we'll use up the water that's stored behind your dams anyway. So if you don't like, I need to start future proofing my maps a little more when I'm now that I think about it. I should probably leave a space by every building, by every well, that I can shift them. Actually, no, if I just leave it by the first one, you know, I just have to shift the last one over, pause it, detonate down in front of it, and then move the buildings and do it that way. I know how to. I figured out. I know how to do it. I've known how to do it. Just never do it. Or I can build deeper wells or set, but never really get to that one where it seems once you get to a certain point, kind of in all of them, it's easy mode no matter what mode. You might be high stress at some point. Droughts lasting way too fucking long, and like you got a bunch of shit going on. Um, but yeah, like there's a certain level of just it becomes easy once you hit your once you truly hit phase. Like once you hit, like that's the point where it's like this game is like there's something you needs to be thrown at you. Um, which, if correctly, not something that happened in Banished. I don't remember if it did or not. I know if you got certain mods, but I don't remember if it happened or not. As long as I played, did I play Banished? 2022, but I think I installed it, played a map for 5 minutes, uninstalled it. I hadn't played at that point since like 2018. Um, are there mod updates to this game? Um, yeah, some of the things you had to get or you get or wanted to get, they just weren't in the fucking game. Like, yeah, this was just to make the game like some people just made to make the game easier or more like more shit faster. Like build that one with the increased resources, like all the weird increased. That's all you had to do. You can select them on or off as you. Some of the game just sucked. Yeah, specialized stockpiles. I forget that I fucking loved that because when Banished or when not Banished, Timberborn first released that. At first, I kind of hated it. I was like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. I was like, it makes me have to build more things. I was like, but it's also cheap away. I know what I have and where. So it was kind of a very enjoyable and very well. Once you played it a few times, you were like, you'll forget. But I've been talking for an hour. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Back. Okay. But I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna So end of recording one. Fuck yeah. I will just make a little edit to this. Just for like maybe not. I might just post the whole thing. Talk. Post it and then we're see how maybe do this a couple times. Do this enough anyway. Start recording it and posting it. See how it goes. Um, Peace out.